What is going on, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Obviously I'm running late. It's because I have like this new schedule. Y'all kind of, I think I talked to y'all about it last time. And it's just I haven't been able to get back home in time like I normally have in the past. So I've been running kind of like in. Do MacBooks not have USB ports? I'm just I'm just realizing this. I'm trying to like connect the USB port to get this light on. I can't find it, so it doesn't look like it's gonna turn on. Hey Rebecca, I see. No worries, no worries. Um, take your time to. I mean, we're just gonna be talking random stuff. We have some trailers. We have something from every company. Um, but again, it's like slow in gaming right now. I mean, there is some big news if we want to dive in there. Like Subnautica, there's some news. Some business stuff, but right now it's like kind of slow. So we're just gonna be doing all sorts like diving into, you know, Sony has some stuff. I think Nintendo has some stuff. But it's all like kind of spread. So I'm gonna try to there is like maybe a theme I'm gonna have around AI today. AI in gaming, because several companies have talked about AI in gaming. So I think it's only Type C. Yeah, I think you're right. I have like three Type C ports, but I don't have the USB one. And so this light, I don't have this light over here. So it's kind of like I have this one, but I don't have this one. So it's kind of like coming in a little bit different. Who knows? Maybe when I do a trailer, I might be able to fandangle something. But right now, I only have one. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. No huge worries on my end regarding that, but still. And Remy's right underneath me. I was like, what is that? It's like Remy's nose. Um, so yeah, so we have some stuff. We're gonna probably start off a little bit some kind of cool stuff. You know, we have a few different video game stuff. Also, we haven't talked about video games, but there is actually a game that just came out, making a little bit of noise. And it's actually one of my top, you know, usually for like my top 5 most anticipated games of the year, like I would make like a huge thing for it. But this one I haven't, because it kind of dropped after I saw a little bit more gameplay of it. But then it's like kind of come back with a vengeance. And that is none other than Sorrows. So this is a PlayStation. I think it's a PlayStation exclusive. It might be on PC. Do not hold me to either one of those comments. But it is holding an 85. And that's pretty good for a looter shooter. It has to do with Returnal. That's probably why I didn't like it, because I did not really like Returnal. But they're saying this one's pretty good. And so I don't know. We'll see. I got to see a little bit more of the gameplay. But if you're into that third person looter shooter action and you have a PlayStation, Sorrow seems to be doing pretty well. Like I said, 88 is going to probably put in the Game of the Year nominee category. It's not a Game of the Year contender, but it's definitely going to probably be in contention for a nomination, which I think that's pretty huge for that studio Housemark. So we shall see. We shall. Hey, Amy, 10. Wow. Look at all these gifteds. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think Ambi broke it too, because I don't think that was 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. But no, thank you, Ambi. Sub hype. Well, thank you, thank you. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. There you go. So we'll see how that one does. Obviously, it's good for game. Like we haven't had a great looter shooter in a while. You know, y'all know one of my favorite games is Outriders, which is an amazing looter shooter. There was some news from that studio earlier this week that Audi posted. Seems to me to be kind of like, it's kind of basically they bought out like one of their partners. So I'm not too sure if that has anything to do with Outriders. I actually don't think it has anything to do with Outriders. But I just bring it up because there's a really good looter shooter out there if you are into looter shooters, and that is Saros. I would probably put up a trailer, a teaser, a release trailer for it, but I don't have a release trailer for it. So there's that. Um we had another one that I did talk about this one, another game that is about to launch, and we may get back to this in a second. But there is another game about to launch, and it's not going to launch all together, which some of y'all may be like, well, Purple, how's that different from any other game? Well, this one has been on the news, and this is also an Audi news story. So Audi has been talking about this quite a bit, and that's Subnautica. So if you don't remember, Subnautica is the one in which the creators of Subnautica were released. They sued to be brought back into the company and given an opportunity to launch their game. And here you are. They're going to launch it. And they're going to unlaunch it unfinished. So we shall see. Something tells me this all has to do with contract stuff. This all has to do with like whether or not they're going to get the money to finish the game. All has to do with like if things are going to happen. But if you're a Subnautica fan, you're going to get Subnautica 2. Now, if you are a Subnautica fan, please let me know what the allure of Subnautica is. Because from what I understand, it's like you're in the water and you're exploring, which I think is really cool for exploring underwater types. But let me know if there's like is there a story to Subnautica? That's okay if there's not. And I probably could look that up on my own. But I just want to see if anybody is a Subnautica fan before I did that. So there is that. There's that. Hey, Wit, what's going on? We're just talking a little bit of Subnautica. A little bit. We did a little bit of Saros as well. You know, we're making our way down the list of a big game, game releases. And we have one more game release. And I think the best way to actually show this game release is potentially is potentially to do something else for it. And well, actually, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. We actually do have a Subnautica trailer for you. So here you go. For y'all who are just watching right now, Subnautica is not releasing fully, but this is what you can expect if you do pick it up. All right. That is Subnautica, and if you're noticing that I have more light, it's because I actually found this random adapter. So I have a random closet that has like everything. It's weird because I don't know what's actually in it, but anything I really need, I can find in it. And I'm dead serious. Like I found a I found a Kindle in there one time. I found a computer in there. I found an Xbox in there. It's like has this like it's like this closet that I can find anything that I actually need. And so I found like a little adapter for my USB to USB-C connection. I don't know what's in there. It's like has everything I technically need. It's like a magical closet, I swear. But what is going on? Nightfall. I was actually in your channel. Nightfall. I didn't get to. I wasn't talking too much, but I think it was. When was I there? You had a special guest. Let me just say that you had a little special guest there. All right. Hey, Mel. What's going on? Hey, Simple to see you as well. Or the require Narnia. It's kind of. It just has everything like I need. I don't know. I don't remember putting things in there. I just know that if I need something, I can find it in there. But I don't ever remember putting anything in there. Like I had no idea that I had this little startech.com little adapter thing in there. But it's happened for a lot of things. It's happened for like one time I needed like a Wi-Fi hotspot, I found it in there. Like one time I needed like another light, I found it in there. That lamp I found in there. Like I find everything in there. It's kind of cool. Just no special guest, just guest. Ooh. Ooh. Just ooh. That's what is define the difference. I have the same closet in my office. It's magic. Yeah, I know. It's just like it just pops up. It just pops up like everything. It's just in there. Just a bit of Tomodachi life before bed. How about you? Just talking stuff. So we talked a little bit about Subnautica. So if you're into Subnautica, obviously some people are not. I watched this channel, Mr. Ballin. I think I've talked about him before. Well, I haven't watched him in a few years now. But he's like this dude who he talks like about disaster stuff. And caves and water don't mix. But it like should go without saying. You know what I mean? Like anybody who like dives into a cave, I just question that, right? Because there's so many things that can go wrong. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that can go wrong underwater. Let me just put it like that. It's like as if a fish were to wander onto land, a lot of things can go wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's just like not look at the Little Mermaid. Bad things happen. All right, so now Tomodachi is so fun. I know a lot of people have been liking that one. A lot of people have been liking that. Tomodachi Life. There's a couple of those that a lot of people. The other one that I'm curious, but it's not the same. Splatoon. You know that new Splatoon game? I'm not a Splatoon person. I've never played Splatoon. But they're doing something that's very like one person. I don't know what the heck they're doing. But when you talk to me about Tomodachi Life, for some reason I thought about that game, even though they're not similar. But in my mind, I made the connection. Just wish it weren't so expensive. Oh my goodness, how much is it? How much is Tomodachi Life? How much is that one? All right, all right. We're not going to do our heavy hitter stories yet. We don't really have heavy hitter stories today. We have like some stuff about like we have some stuff about like AI, like I said. But let's get to this one. Let's get to this one. Little Greedfall news here, if I can find it. I should probably look at this a little bit closer before I come on stream. I just like throw stuff in here and I can't find it, but there it is. All right, so Little Greedfall, there we go. Greedfall is the developer is shutting down. So that is kind of like sad. Another one bites the dust. And if you think this is a trend, you're right. We just had actually a CEO come out and say some stuff about game development and the future of game development. Um, Again, this is not like a Xbox thing or a PlayStation thing. It's just a thing. Um, and and so this is what I mean by that. And so this is coming from the Monument Valley Studio CEO. Monument Valley. Big things right here, Monument Valley. And what he says is the idea like full time employment and job security are too romantic in game development, says Monument Valley Studio CEO. And I think that's actually a really interesting thing he's saying there. Because if you like, on one hand, he's saying, like, look, game development's like movie development. There's no steady work, right? Like, once you complete the project, it's done, and you go to the next project. And inevitably, there's going to be a gap between projects, right? That's what he's kind of saying. The reason why I wanted to dig a little deeper into this statement right here is because I can't help but think that potentially this is like the future of work as we know it, at least in these United States of America. And what I mean by that is like we're starting to see this more and more. Like there's more temporary workers. You start to see more things about like AI being able to do more jobs. You start to see more like people are more like a consultant. They come in, they do a project. Because if you think about like work, if there's something that is like a repetitive task over and over, guess what? That is like a ripe candidate for AI automation. And so that really leaves what? That really only leaves like the special projects, like those things that are like, yo, we're going to stretch this. This is our big bet. We're going to try this out. You bring in a team, they get over the finish line, you launch it. Then what happens to those people? Well, those people would go back and doing some of the repetitive tasks, the tasks that you don't really, you know, you have to like annual planning, budgeting, or who knows, any number of just random tasks. But now AI is doing a lot of it. So what does that mean about like employment? And I know this is only talking about games in this article. You can go read it yourself, but I can't help but think this is like what where things might be heading. You know what I mean? I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. There's Splatoon and there's also Pocopia. I've heard a lot about this Pocopia. They're all similar to Animal Crossing. 85 Canadian Switch 1 game. Oh, it's Switch 1? Not even Switch 2? Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. 85 Canadian. It's like what, 570 in the US? But yeah, so I don't know where this takes this leaves us at least when it comes to when we're talking about employment and stuff. Like if it's something you're starting to see, maybe your loved one's starting to see it. Is it something that gives you some type of anxiety? It is something that keeps me a little bit awake at night because it is like the economy is always changing. But I don't know what I think of like a gig economy at a global scale. I don't know what I think about that. That's short-sighted and lazy. Like line up the next project before the current one ends. Simpleton, I would agree, but I don't think that's how they think. Like I'm being very honest here. I feel like once you get to a certain size company, the idea of like strategic planning does not exist. It is too much like this project. If it lands, great. If it doesn't, let's cut it. Let's cut the team and let's go on to the next thing. And especially like the whiplash, like let's think about gaming for 1 second. Like let's step back over the last 7 years in gaming. The last 7 years in gaming have seen a crazy amount of pivots, evolution, and so forth. So it makes there's no doubt in my mind why we see so many layoffs. If we go back 7 years in gaming, so I'm talking about 2019, let's even say 2018, 2019, that time frame. What you were looking at were two different types of gaming models, right? You had the traditional game, like AAA game, right? And then you had live service was coming around, right? Overwatch had a few years before this one game of the year. So then, and Fortnite was really starting to blow up, if you remember that. And so everybody was like, okay, let's go really big with our like big single player AAA game, right? Because this is around the time of Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming out. This was right around the time of, I think Sekiro was coming out. I think this was also around the time Ghost of Tsushima was coming out. So you had these really big, beautiful games over the last 5 to 7 years that were coming out. So you either did that or you did this live service game. Then you go a little bit further, then you have this thing called cloud gaming, right? Where people are like, well, we can meet people where they are. And the only people who were saying that were really Xbox, Amazon, Google. You have mobile gaming continue to doing whatever they're doing. Then cloud gaming's dying. Then you have VR. Like VR is making a huge push, right? Facebook calls themselves Meta. And we know where that is. Like we talked about this like a week ago or so. Then you have like the games within a game, right? So think about like games within Roblox or games within um Fortnite. You have the gaming Armageddon where like everybody's getting laid off everywhere, right? Because it's either like too woke, too anti-woke, or just maybe no one's buying the game, whatnot. Now we're going to this direction of like AI and gaming. Like all this is like over like a short amount of time. And so I don't think people are having the opportunity. It's like what kind of like long-term planning can you do then? They do because they can get away with it. We've been desensitized to development companies coming and going. I think you're right. I think you're right. But that doesn't, I mean, how does it change? You know what I mean? Like, how does it change where everything is like a gamble on a game? Like, is this game going to like take off? You know, or this game gonna have like staying power? We know that live service is not the answer, right? Live service games are having a hard time. So now it's like you have to do like a triple A, not even a triple A. You have to do like a solid game that has a fan base that then you can add DLC or you can add some type of similar gameplay loop. Like Elden Ring is the game to me that comes to mind, which it has like a core gaming, right? You had Elden Ring, you had the Tree, you then had whatever the night, whatever that came out last year. You got whatever's coming out on Switch too. That's Elden Ring esque, right? Like that is a core like gaming segment that they know. Like, hey, if we do this type of game, we're gonna have these fans who want to buy the game. But how many other franchises have that? You know, like in Elden Ring's built that over years. Like From Software built that persona over decades. Like, right, they had the opportunity to build it when game development was a lot cheaper. And now we have a situation, game development's more expensive. There's more competition than ever. And we've talked about this not just within the gaming space, but just in the entertainment space. And then the cost to even play some of these games is raising to a point that potentially is going to make it prohibitive for people to actually enjoy the game. So check this out. Check this out. Check this out. All right. The Blood of the Dawnwalker system requirements calls for a RTX 1590 to max out the 4K settings. All right, so Blood of the Dawnwalkers, if you don't recall, is the game that looked a little like Witcher, The Witcher 3 mixed in with vampires. All right, we showcased this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And if we think about that, this is what they're saying. Now, granted, you can still play the game without a 1590. I don't want to make it seem like you can't play it out 1590. But if you're a PC gamer and you wanted to play this game, and you are like, yo, PC gaming's the way to go because you can do whatever you want on your said PC, that's going to cost you a 5090. And a 5090 is a pretty penny today. It is a pretty penny today. And so, again, you're like, I don't know. Things are getting more expensive. That goes without saying. And then you're like, well, Purple, I'm gonna do. You know what? We're not going to do the 5090. We're not gonna do. I don't need that. I'll play the 3050. Hopefully, it does the 3050 well, right? But you're like, I'm gonna do it the cheap way. I'm gonna do it the console way. I want to get it because consoles are doing really well, right? Consoles are doing all sorts of well. And but then you get stuff like this. You get stuff like this. Look at this. Look at this. You get this. You get stuff like this. Xbox CEO confirms memory shortage will impact Project Helix pricing and availability. So if you can't see, they're already setting the stage for when these new consoles, whatever they are, PlayStation, Xbox, you name it, when they come out, these things are going to be expensive. They are already laying this groundwork, right? And I think Simpleton makes a great. Hey, Obi, what's going on? Hey, Houston, what's a long time no see? If you have to use multi-frame gen as well, who knows? Maybe. But this is what I'm talking about. This is kind of the thing that when you mix it in with what we were just talking about, which was where's our comments from the other guy? Right. Let's see here with this, right? And you can kind of right. If you think I'm talking about gaming, you're right. If you think I'm talking about something else, you're also right. If you can kind of mix those two things together, we're kind of moving into a world where full-time employment and job security are too romantic. This guy says it's in game dev, but you can easily see how this can start to span across more than just game development. So if you're now in a situation which job security is a luxury, right? And full-time employment, because a lot of people know this, when you get full-time employment, it's not just a paycheck that you're looking out for, it's also some of the benefits that come with that. And when I talk about benefits, I'm talking about healthcare for you and your family. So if you're now in this world in which full-time benefits like healthcare are a luxury, a steady paycheck, luxury, and you're paying for stuff like this, because this is just today, right? I can see a world in which this becomes a normal thing, right? I can see a world where this literally becomes a normal thing. And I'm not saying to do 4K. I'm just saying yo, if you want that, they only optimize for certain thing. And then they're like, if you can't do it, you're kind of screwed out of luck. And then if you're oh, you know what? There's a world there in which I'll try to do it on the cheap again, and you try to go there, and you're like, oh, that's kind of out of luck too. Can't tell. There's a picture that's forming, and that picture looks a lot like you're gaining, you're spending more, but you don't actually have more. It's got to squeeze somewhere. It's got to squeeze somewhere. 4K and 2K. Only thing I know about 2K is that they make NBA 2K. I totally hear you. I totally hear what y'all are saying. I'm sure 49 will play just fine at 2K. I think you are right. My argument isn't to say, let me make it very clear. My argument isn't to say that you won't be able to play it. It's not my argument. What my argument is, though, is to highlight that I think, right, when we had our 3080s, like all I have to do is go back when the 3080 came out. When 3080 came out, people were like, okay, that's 4K 60 always, right? Like that's kind of how we advertised it. Now we're kind of gradually going up. And there's a world in which processing power, they're relying on the newer, let me just call it chipsets, like the newer technology to do a lot of the heavy lifting in the game. And if you don't have the newer technology, you're going to be getting like, it's not going to be like what we saw in the past, right? Where it's like, okay, we can just go from like 4K to 2K or 2K to 1080 or whatnot. It's going to be like, no, the technology, upscaled AI technology. And they've optimized it with the upscale AI technology in mind. What happens when we don't have the chips for that upscale AI technology? I think that's where I'm going with that one. But I hear you. I hear y'all. We're not at that future yet. We're not at that future yet. But I don't think it's as far as people think. I'm getting one of these Best Buy iPower PCs for $999 before I drop $1,200 on Xbox or PlayStation. iBuyPower? Is that the one Lo-Fi has? Because if it is, you may have to like go and get it fixed again. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. All right? Like, hopefully I'm wrong. I feel like I can see the trend though. You know what I mean? Like, if upscale technology allows you, if like the 59, like the 50 series right now, the thing about a 5090 is it has like the NVIDIA upscaling, blah, 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 whatever it has. And we've already seen what technology can do, like, and it's not even a 5090, it's like the Nintendo Switch 2, like can run Cyberpunk, right? Or you have PlayStation, PlayStation 5 Pro, blah, 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 right? That it constantly gets better. So when companies start optimizing with that in mind, that means they can do less work and then rely on the AI to do some of the work. And so if you don't have that other helper, you may not get it. Amazon Luna, it's still around, Ron. It's still around. Why buy power, buy PC instead? You could do that. You could do that. If consoles become 1500, I will quit gaming. Don't say that one, Obi. Don't say that one. I don't know if they're going to be 15, but they're going to be expensive. GFN will save you lots of money if they still have it. I'm worried about GFN. I'm worried about GFN. If y'all have not seen it, like NVIDIA does not make money off of GFN. NVIDIA makes money because they have the chips that power cloud. And they are deprioritizing everything with gaming, right? They've already said, like, we're not going to make more gaming chips. Like, they're artificially suppressing supply, right? Which increases demand. And when demand increases, price increases, which is what we're seeing right now with the 50 series chips. So I could also see them doing this with like their cloud gaming infrastructure, right? I think as you get more people knowing how, like, vibe coding, like instead of looking for a financial app, they just build it, right? It's like, oh, I'm just going to build my own financial app. Well, they're gonna build it. They're gonna vibe code it. They're gonna use AI, and people are spending like $40, $50 subscription costs for AI for those credits. Given's easily going to be like, okay, do I give it to the $20 person who's using the cloud compute for the video game, or do I give it to that other person whose willingness to spend is $50, $100 a month? It's easy one. The greatest screen I play on is iPad Pro. That's a big screen. So I only need like 720 to be happy. Plus my old eye. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Simpleton. I want to ask you a question. What do you think we get backlog? Why do you think we get backlog and then get bored and then never play our backlog? I think because a lot of people have shiny syndrome or shiny new object syndrome. Like this is actually why this is one of my things for buying in games and books, right? Because I feel like you're a little bit more invested in it. And I'm also really picky with my games. Y'all notice this. Like games will come out unless it's like better than, you want me to tell you where my level of enthusiasm is? It has to be better than Tears of the Kingdom. Unless it's not better than Tears of the Kingdom, I don't buy it. Why? Because like I haven't beaten Tears of the Kingdom. But I also know, like, if there's a game that's better than Tears of the Kingdom, I'm willing to play it. Does that make sense? So I think there's a lot of gamers who just want like the new thing, and it's an adrenaline. It's an adrenaline rush. I honestly think, and it's not just gamers; it's like a ton of other people. It's that new thing. It's excitement of getting something new and paying for it. It's actually probably like some form of like drug release in my mind. Some dopamine rush we get. We like the rush of the dopamine, but playing a game, if you think about it, playing a game is like you're actually learning a piece of software that is going to get progressively harder and harder and harder. And the rush of you, like the excitement, oh, this is something new. That's learning something and then having to stick with it for like 15, 20 hours, 30 hours. Especially as you get older. Like, it's a lot harder to keep up with that. So that's why I think we don't stick with our backlogs. I'm asking because I'm wondering if I'm a gaming funk. I have the new Star Wars game, could care less to play it, and a few other single player titles. Is gaming losing its luster? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the difference is you're not willing to invest the time to learn, or it's not exciting enough. Like you're like, what else could I do with this time? Like I think as you get older, you become much more. That's the word I'm looking for. Your time becomes much more valuable than it is when you're younger. And this has been said, so this is just my own little take on it. You're like, do I really want to spend 20 hours doing a single player game? If the story isn't like for me, if the story is something that I could probably guess from the trailer, I hate when that happens. Or there's other things that are like relax on. Or maybe like that's what it comes down to. Like, are the other, or potentially is it maybe other things are becoming more important to you? I think that's a real question. I think that's a real question for anyone. I'm making a Stadia biopic. Who should I cast to play Cowboy? Cowboy. I think games that I always go back to. Let me think. I can think of your games, Rebecca. Sims, and Sims. I haven't played a game in a month. I saw Blasphemous 2 halfway. I thought you beat Blasphemous 2. I thought you beat Blasphemous 2. I just want X Defiant. I pay 60 for that. Oh, we all wish X Defiant. I think X Defiant was the last time like I was like in and out of games. Like where I was like really in it was X Defiant. And then after that, I just like, nah. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, I Reanimal, Little Nightmare, Memories in Orbit. All had like it's a certain like Metroidvania gameplay loop. Like Little Nightmares is short enough, Reanimal is short enough that by the time I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like hitting that wall, I'm like, okay, it's only 2 more hours of gameplay. Meal was a little different because that was like pretty. There was like this weird thing that happens with pretty games in me. Um, so that's what happened there. But then like I said, go look at Tears of the Kingdom. I love Zelda, right? But I haven't went back to that one. There's a couple of games like that that I'm just like, do I really want to jump into this? Um, so there is that. There's that. Hey Daytona, what's going on? Dang, you said, but willing to invest the time. Like I always say, I don't want to waste the time. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is. But I think we all have to ask that question. Like right now, I have a couple of other things going on in life. And so if I can get like 2 to 4 hours of gaming a week, which is way down, right? Like during X Defiant, I was putting like 2 to 4 hours an afternoon, or when I was really into Remnant, or when I was really into Rainbow Six Siege. Like there's certain times where like I just go for it and I'm in it. But other times, like right now, I'll say I'm looking at the Nintendo eShop, waiting to see if there's a new game, than actually playing a game. And part of that has to do with like the studio got like all messed up. So like I don't have that Sunday, Saturday forcing me to game. It's like that's actually why I started doing gameplay streams, is because I was like, okay, I want to finish some of these games. So if I know I'm playing this on stream, I actually have to finish it. And if I was already playing a game for like 2 to 3 hours on like a Sunday, then that meant like, okay, like it's like a mental thing that, okay, if I'm doing that on a Sunday, I can put 2 to 3 hours another day. And so that's kind of what happened there. So we'll see. And I hear that my internet's kind of messing up for y'all. I don't know why. Maybe it's a thunderstorm over here. I rolled credits on Blasphemous 1. And this year I finally started part 2, but it's kind of repetitive and the cutscene animation style is bad. Ugh, that's not a good look. Hey Chariot Man, what's going on? Talking about people who are playing games, Chariot Man, I'm checking your stuff out on Sunday. You're always coming up on my stream. Or on my recommendeds. But yeah, that's how I feel. But you know who would maybe have a different opinion about this? We have a Nightfall. If y'all don't know Nightfall in chat right now, Nightfall is actually a pretty big time um streamer. He's actually probably one of the bigger streamers who comes to the channel. He can put down some time on games. And so like this is my take as like a 50-something-year-old middle-aged person. But I think for others they may have like a different opinion. Part of it's also I think my prescription's getting bad. I was noticing this on the train the other day. Like I was trying to like look down, it was giving me a headache. Um Eyes going is a real thing. Eyesight going is a real thing. Um I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know what? Let me try something else. Let me try one more thing. Let me try something here. All right, I just changed something. Let me know if it's still giving y'all issues right now. It shouldn't, but let me know if it's still giving you issues because I just realized I was doing something. So if it's still stuttering, let me know because it shouldn't. I just changed something up. Oh, the 1,000 hours just gone with the wind. You can game 8,700 hours in Sims 4. That y'all know how to game. Y'all know how to throw it down. I don't know if I have that. But maybe it's just because, like I said, the times I put that type of time into a game, most recently it was X Defiant, and then it shut down, and that took a lot out of me. I just stuttered again. No, well, I did. I shouldn't stutter anymore. I shouldn't stutter anymore because I just put it on a different Wi-Fi, or I didn't put it on different Wi-Fi. I put it on I put it on something else. Let me say it like that. So it should be good. Okay, just once. Okay, just once. All right. Okay. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work here because I what I was doing was so when I use my phone as a hotspot, when I use the phone as the hotspot, um, what I'm trying to use is like the cellular like plan, but I just noticed that the phone was still connected to the home Wi-Fi, and the home Wi-Fi is the one that gives me some issues. I don't know why. And so that's why I had to connect it off that Wi-Fi. And so once I did that, it should be good. Usually when I do it like this, it's good. What? No, I don't believe y'all. I don't believe y'all. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way. Um, okay. Let's get a trailer going. Let's get a trailer going. I can't with y'all while I try this. All right, here we go. This is like an announcement to announcement to announcement. I'm glad Granite's here. All right, here we go. So that is Dune Awakening. Now y'all know I've said this and I will hold to it that if Dune Awakening comes to PlayStation, I will pick it up. Okay. So who knows? It's still only on Steam. But if it does come to PlayStation, I will pick it up. I know Granite and um Rebella as well as Zalek. I know y'all play it. So if it does come to PlayStation, I'll pick it up. Um New building set, it's pretty I know y'all are there. I wanna play it with y'all for some like, I all I know is I remember watching I forget who it was, but they were stranded by one of the big worms. That's all I That's all I really picked up, and then y'all are playing, another game a lot right now, so but yeah. Alright, so there is that. We're gonna get to another trailer here, and then I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit more about AI stuff. We have not done like a movie trailer in a long time. So here is a movie trailer because I have nothing to connect this one to. The other ones I do, but this one I don't. Here's a movie trailer. Resident Evil, and I see you there, Simpleton. I totally hear you. Now, what I am really interested in it is that this guy, Max Krieger, right? He did Barbarian. It said it there, and like I've actually been paying attention a lot more to those type of things, like who writes it, who directs it. And Max Krieger, he's the one who just did Weapons. That's the one with like the little kids running around. It's kind of creepy. And Barbarian, like he's done both of those. And so he's really kind of come on the scene. He's like kind of the new face of horror. Uh, and so for him to take the IP and do, I don't know, I'm a fan of it. And so Obi Rose asked a question earlier about like, is gaming losing its luster? What I actually believe is happening, this is just me. I believe there's a turning of the guard. Like the old gaming companies, the people behind these big brands, they're older, right? If you think about the people who own Ubisoft, if you think about the people who are the major shareholders of EA, if you think about the people before they were bought out with ABK, those people, if you think about even Xbox, right? These are all older, like they are older. If you look at people who make decision companies, they're like if I'm old, they're like a generation ahead of me, right? And why I'm excited about this is because you're getting like a new person who's kind of hitting their prime of their creative career. Like they are about to, like if you think about Quentin Tarantino after Pulp Fiction, right? If you think about M. Night Shyamalan, I know some people don't like that. I actually like him. Like if you think about him back there with like The Village, like these were like when they were starting to really hit their stride as a creative, like Steven Spielberg, right? Back in the 80s. Um, and so for me to see some of these newer people, now this is a movie, so it's different, but I think creativity breeds creativity. And so if we can start to think about a Max Krieger doing this on the movie side, what will that say with someone who maybe is like, okay, I see what he did. That may inspire me for a different type of franchise, a different type of gameplay, and something of this nature. So I like the cross pollination. I like the cross pollination from people who are really starting to like different creative mind, bringing something in differently. And to me, why there's this loss is it's just a changing of the guard. It's out with the old and with the new, but the old they don't they don't want to release that mantle. Um. So yeah, dial tone music was it? So it looks like a reboot. Kind of. So am I after the Sixth Sense? He was at that. I still like The Village, but the Sixth Sense, I don't know. I just don't like that kid. I don't like that kid. Whatever happened to him? That dude's like a grown now, but you know what I mean? But yeah, you can say it. Shyamalan Ding Dong. Why don't you like him? Oh my goodness. You're horrible. But yeah, I that but if you think about like game development, this is what's happening. Like none of like the legacy players are like crowding out things. They're trying to redo. They're banking on the things that did well 20 years ago doing well today. And it's just not gonna work. You know what I mean? Like have the creative, like, for one, they're not at that peak, and two, they're not gonna take the risk. And so, picture of two things, because I would argue that Kojima is at his peak now. But I would also argue Kojima's best creativity is behind him. Okay? What that means is like Kojima is like can do no evil at the moment, but at the same time, I don't think Kojima is like the visionary that he was 15, 20 years ago. So I think it takes a mixture of both you hitting your stride, but also being at your peak. What the? I don't believe you. I don't believe something else. I don't believe y'all. Let me try one more thing. Let me try one more thing. Let me try one more thing. Oh man. I don't know. This is hard. This is hard. I don't know what it is. Um, let me do this next video and then let me see if I can do this. I can't turn it down. I was gonna try to turn it down. I don't know what it is. Think Kojima's overrated? I don't know. I mean, some people like him, Simpleton. Let me I don't wanna have to do this. I don't wanna have to do this, but I have to. All right, here we go. I don't wanna have to do this. But drastic times call for drastic measures. Drastic times calls for drastic measures. Okay. All right. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Okay, we're gonna do something really quick. We're gonna do something here. Let me right. Let me know if it's still doing it. I did a lot of stuff right there. I did a lot of stuff right there. So, let me know if it's still doing it. Because if it is, I failed. I failed in trying to do it, to try to undo the stuttering. Hey Spartan, what's going on? Dear, who's cartoons for life? We told you not to talk about things you shouldn't be talking about. You seem to, what is you seem too eager to shine light on things that should, says handle this our way. Is that true? Cartoons for life? I feel like I know who Cartoons for Life is. Sharks with scissors. The stuttering was distracting. Who are these people? Just every few minutes for like 5 seconds or so. Matrix Force supports your theory, Grant. The movie was garbage. Wait. Are you talking about? And some of those movies did well because they were in Matrix would have the same because it doesn't offer something new. I agree, Granite. I agree. Okay. Um, Spartan, what is going on? I don't know what is happening. We were trying to reset our internet. Katy Perry's. I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is just from this, just from this name. I think I know who this is just from this name. We told you. All right. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Let me know if it's still doing it. I tried to fix it. I tried to do something different. Now everybody's gonna be like, purple, it dropped below like 60 frames. It's now like at 42.7. I hear you. I hear actually it can only be 30. It can only be 30 on Restream. I can't do 60K or 1080. I don't think I can do 1080 60. But we're trying it. We're trying to get this to work. And I think I know why it wasn't working on one of the hotspots, because that hotspot's messing up. But I'm not too sure about this one. This one seems good now. Okay. I hope so. I hope so. I had to like redo something. We'll see. All right. All right. Now we can get to the AI talk. And this was the biggest one. This was the biggest story I have for AI today. We kind of talked about kind of everything else. And so this one was the biggest one. We've talked about this before a little bit. This is coming from like The Witcher 3. Studios should embrace Gen AI but not replace people. I generally agree with this claim. I don't think replacing people is an answer. But I think like definitely if generative AI can help you like optimize something, come to a quicker resolution on some type of art sequence, go use it. You know what I mean? However, I don't think it can replace people. And I don't even think we're close to replacing people with this type of stuff. Like, I actually feel like certain AI things are getting worse. Like, especially when it comes to anything that has to do with like emotion, like emotional quantum or quotient, EQ, emotional IQ. I guess that's what you would call it. And yeah, and so I agree with this. Like, I think this is making a lot of rounds because people are like, no, you shouldn't embrace AI at all. But I think you have to. It's like saying like you shouldn't embrace spell checker. Like I mean, I guess some people would take that stand. But for me, it should it should it should you should be able to use it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm in the maybe I'm missing something. Thank you, Amby. I think they're you. I think they're you. You look fine to me. Thank you. Thank you. We try to get it going well, but it was studying. Daytona, I think you're the one who's doing it's the Katy Perry Daytona. The Katy Perry is the one. The other ones I would be like, who the heck? But the Katy Perry one is the one where I'm like, that's too on the nose. Some see admitting replacing people with AI didn't save money. I think there's some, but they're still trying, aren't they? They're still trying. I think there has been CEOs that say like, "Hey, we have to like." Here's the thing. I think that the the companies that have the money to have the headcount are not going to try it. It's the companies that are already struggling that are. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to hasten the demise of certain companies. And if you already have people and you had solid profit margins, like you'll probably be fine with it. You're going to be like, okay, how do we use this? I also question how useful AI actually is. Not that I don't think it's powerful and it's good, but I see this a lot in companies are like, we must use AI in everything. And it's like, but we're a people organization. Like I go out and I sell things to the client. Like, how do I use AI? It's like, well, we have to use AI. And it's like, maybe we spent all this money and you should figure out how to use it. You know what I mean? That's not me. TikTok is not you. So kill your company with AI out of desperation. I don't think they're seeing it as that. I think they're hoping that AI will be the like, oh, we were able to be more efficient, right? Like we're more efficient, therefore we're able to turn a profit as where before it was going to cost too much. But no, um, I don't know. I think the next 2 years they'll be interesting, right? Because the next 2 years we're gonna all these visions of or all these certain people have been saying like, oh, AI is going to revolutionize the industry in the next 3 to 5 years. And that was like 3 to 5 years ago. And so now it's like, I mean, I guess I can respond to an email faster. Or I guess like when things come in, like I do have like my workflows down to where it does make me more productive. Actually, you know what it has helped me to do? I'll be very honest. What AI has helped me to do is that there's been times where I'm like, "Ugh, can I just get an analyst like to get this off the ground and then I'll come and clean it up?" AI has helped me there. And it hasn't really helped me. It's helped the analysts. Because the analyst now can be like, okay, Miss Hayes, I can get this to you in something that would have taken them maybe half a day. They can turn around in like 30 minutes. And so it gets to me quicker. That's how it's helped me. But at the same time, like my day's like still not more efficient. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I can see making people more efficient. You can. Yeah, there's a lot of companies with just bad business models, or not really great products. Let me use that. I think there's a lot of companies without solid products, and they're hoping for some silver bullet to turn their product amazing, right? And so I look at in certain game companies. Well, what is this game? I always forget the name of this game, but it's kind of like Elden Ring. There's a 1 and a 2, something Fall. I'll think about it. It's a Souls-like game that came like a year out. Either way, like no one's buying that game. The CEO's continually trying to make it work. Doesn't help that he's kind of like this like anti-DEI crusade type. But that guy's going to try to get AI to help him some way somehow. And he's going to invest some money into some consultants to be like, well, get it to work. It's like, yeah, but you just have a shitty product. You know what I mean? Like there's a point where you have to look at your product and just say, like, is this the right product? AI can't do physical labor. It can drive cars. It can drive cars. It's starting to farm. Um, I think it depends on what labor you're talking about. Pretty soon we're gonna put it on drones and it can fly that. I don't know. I just think the applied science of AI is the next frontier. But I hear you, Spartan. AI helps me in the times I have to Google something obscure and the answer is on page 3 out of the Google search. That works. But then sometimes you have to check it. Like sometimes I'll ask AI, like, okay, well, give me the what was I asking it the other day? There's this interesting court case. I don't know if y'all maybe I'll do a show on it tomorrow. There's an interesting court case in New York right now about this banker from JP Morgan Chase or former banker from JP Morgan Chase, and he's accused his former colleague, who is like a managing director. I think she's a managing director. He's accused her of like sexual assault or sexual harassment, and he's accused her of a lot of stuff. And so I was like, okay, like give me some information on this. And then like I had to question it on some of the evidence. And then like I was like, this is just ridiculous. Like, because it wasn't giving me the answer. Like I was like, are you sure that's the evidence? And then as you push it more and more, it finally gives you the answer. But like if I hadn't known to push it, like where to push it, it was just gonna like give me some totally like it wasn't gonna be absolutely wrong, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I think AI is very useful. I treat mine like an intern. I don't want to know what that even means. Like review this report and document the errors and map them to this other document. They're just as accurate as intern, but faster. I think the difference is like it's now the onus is on me more. But I also think like what are we doing to our pipeline? If I'm hollowing, if I no longer have the intern, like I don't want to keep doing this. You know what I mean? But you're right. I think the thing about an intern is at least I can teach an intern. Like an AI, like I have to start a new thread and be like, oh yeah, here, like maybe I can give it like the references again. So I guess you could do it to where you've created your own what do I do in Notebook LM? Or I already give it, so I already have it built out. Like you can do it that way, but sometimes you like kind of need to switch on something or need it to be a little bit curated a little differently. I hear y'all. But again, it just becomes like a glorified spell checker at this point. So that's my thing. They said truckers are in trouble. I don't know if truckers are. I haven't heard anything about truckers. I think Lyft drivers are in trouble. I think those drivers are Uber drivers are in trouble. Taxi drivers have been in trouble. I think that's the thing. Like I remember when I moved back to New York, like taxi drivers, they're like, oh, like they weren't in trouble until they were. Like, right. And now taxi medallions dropped like 90% in value. And it's just like it's gotten really bad in that market. And then and now Lyft drivers and there was a time where like Uber driver and Lyft drivers, like you were paying a premium, but now that's even come down. So I don't know. Spartan, are you a truck driver? We've had a couple of truck drivers here. I just asked if you're a truck driver. Um, Speaking of South Africa, more Katy Perry accusers are coming forward with claims. What's that say? Oh, sexual assault. I was like, speaking of South Africa, Katy Perry's from South Africa. I need to understand this Katy Perry situation. Streets are saying Katy Perry is over. I don't know too much about it. I don't think I could identify Katy Perry in a lineup. I'm dead serious about this. Y'all told me she's the chick who has the laser beams coming out of her eyes in the Egyptian music video. I just realized I don't know what that woman looks like. I just know it. I just remember she has lasers coming out of her eyes. I treat AI like a smart kid that is usually right, but just makes crap up when they don't know. Verify everything. I know. But it's that one time you're gonna miss it. Create your specific template. Your specific robot uprising. I don't know if we're gonna see no robot uprising. Maybe we will. The thing I'm most worried about is like that you keep hearing this like once every other week, like where they wipe out like an entire company's project and it's like gone. And that's the thing that kind of worries me because there has been stuff, especially like when you're working on something like because it's always trying to make it more concise, like more efficient and just like making it tighter and tighter and tighter. And sometimes it loses the texture. Like I'm like, no, I need that detail or don't sum that up. And so again, I'm not too sure, but again, I'm kind of like over it. I'm kind of like over people. The Tesla Robotaxi is terrifying. A whole car without steering or pedals. That sounds like a Skynet to me. So I tried the Waymo in Los Angeles when I was there like a month ago, 2 months ago. To be honest, like 2 months ago, and I thought that was pretty cool. It had a steering wheel though, but I thought the Waymo was kind of like I thought it was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like I enjoyed having the car by myself. Is our ex prime minister's girlfriend in trouble? Is that Katy Perry? Yeah, he dated someone famous, didn't he? I can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, so that's the thing about AI. Like I have more about there. I have more stuff about AI. But y'all, here, let me finish this off with a couple more gaming news because y'all were talking about it, so I want to get it. Y'all were talking about this one not too long ago. Steam pirate game Winrose sales past 1.5 million copies sold. So this is a game. If you catch Zalik on Mondays for sure, she was playing this game on Monday. Granted is also playing this game. So 1.5 million copies. I think that's a success. Um, I actually enjoy their commentary. I enjoy them going to island hopping around. So if you're into pirates, you're into like that whole like multiplayer thing, and you want to play with people, you have Winrose, and you also have Zalik's channel for Winrose. Yep, Justin Trudeau is currently dating Katy Perry. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to think about this. You should always have access to the abort or stop the AI button. I don't even know if I have access to that. I don't even know if is the Katy Perry story the thing with her and Ruby Rose 20 years? Who's Ruby Rose again? I've heard of this name, Ruby Rose. She sounds like, is that the Batman chick? That's not the Batman chick, is it? I don't know. Yes, Ruby Rose is one part of it, but more people have come forward. What the heck? What's going on? The most infamous Sims 3 DLC is Katy Perry's Sweet Treats. Who's this? Thank you for posting that, Ambi. That's Zalik's channel if you want to check her out. But who? Who? What is going on? Maybe I need to look at this story a little bit more. Let me give y'all a trailer while I look this up. Let me give y'all a trailer. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you an Xbox One, which I'm excited.
You said you wanted to be a hero. On me.
Gaia.
Let's get started then, shall we?
Take it from here.
All right, let's get this show on the road!
So that is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, one of them. I don't even know which one it is, on Xbox. It's coming to Switch as well. I actually am happy for this one. This is another example of a game franchise that probably needs I don't know. It probably needs the Resident Evil movie treatment. Like it needs like some developer or creative that is in their prime to take that and just do something different with it. It looks cool to me, but I can understand why OG Resident Evil people don't like it because it's more like hack and slash, but you're switching between characters, which I think was unique. I think that was a unique gaming mechanic, but it just didn't take off. So they probably need to like go in a different direction. Hey Cowboy. Ruby Rose was the gold star lesbian. What? Ruby Rose was the gold star lesbian backroll that wasn't lesbian enough for the haters. What are y'all? What? Uh, like what? It's so weird because do you only listen to it in the Japanese voices? How is Michael Cowboy? I'm going to see it this weekend. Oh, the Michael Jackson movie. I haven't seen it. I need to Cowboy probably did a review. I need to watch it. All right. So that's that one. Um, here's another one that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Moshi.
ヒデ君、私、純子、リカバリーセンターで一緒だった。覚えてる？
ああ、純子か。
シンジのこと覚えてる？リカバリーセンターで一緒だった。
ああ、うん。で、どうしたの？
あいつ、もう完全におかしくなっちゃって、私を脅してきたの。ヒデ君にひどいことするとか言ってた。
ひどいこと？純子、帰った方がいいと思う。
なんで分かってくれないの？私だって誰かと一緒にいたいの。たった一日で見たら孤独を忘れたいだけなのに。
So that's not the game I was actually talking about, but that is Broken Lore. I meant to say that that game is when I was going to show this game, I was going to say, oh, for any of my people who are dark picture anthology fans, looks like we're going to get like a Japanese version of it. That's what I meant to say for that. But that's a horror game, obviously coming from Japan. And so it looks like it may have its own little thing. Ruby Rose was cast as Batgirl on the TV show on WB. The character is a lesbian in the comics, so they cast a lesbian actress, but they still got hate. So I just looked at Ruby Rose. I thought they were like one of the gender non-binary people. I didn't know that I don't know. Or maybe I made that up, but the face looks familiar. But I'm not sure. I don't know. But okay, I'm gonna have to read more about what happened between Ruby Rose and Katy Perry. It seems odd. Seems like an odd thing. I just said I seen it in the super chat purple. Oh, oh no. Did I miss did Cow? Thank you so much, Cow. Hold on. I did miss it. I did miss it. Well, if it isn't Purple Haze in the game, I'm just getting out of the movies from seeing Michael, so I wanted to show. Thank you, thank you for that. Thank you, Cowboy. So, to Simpleton's point of view, I think you missed it, but it wasn't bad, but it didn't blow me away either. The thing about the Michael Jackson movie that I'm curious, I just feel like I know everything about him. I've seen so many biopics about Michael Jackson. I feel like I know everything. You know what I mean? But Ruby is gender fluid. Thank you for that one, Retro Ambi. So if Ruby Rose, so gender, ooh, that's gonna push me. Gender fluid versus gender non-binary. Let's see if I actually remember the difference on that one. Gender fluid means they're fluid. It's not set. As her gender non-binary means they do not adhere to the gender binary norms. Did I get that right? Like one is moving and one is outside of the norms. So I think I could say this. Every gender fluid person to a gender fluid person could be gender non-binary, but a gender non-binary person doesn't necessarily mean a gender fluid person. Is that one of those situations? Did I get it? I'm out to watch Daredevil and the boys. No worries. Take care. Take care, Spartan. Spartan 20. Whoa. Spartan, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spartan. Thank you, Spartan. Thank you. No need to do that. But always privileged having you by. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for your commentary on AI cannot do the physical work. You'll probably feel like they left stuff out, but I gotta roll and record the review and start a new show, but I'll be watching tomorrow. No worries, Cowboy. We're gonna probably be hanging it up here soon. But thank you so much for the gifteds here. We got a bunch of people. Monkey Boy, Mystic. Oh, we need to bring Mystic on. She's never been on. W Spartan, I know. Spartan went really big on that. Thank you so much, Spartan. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, please. I was just talking about Lego Batman with someone, Jack, and I mentioned you. Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was just talking about the Lego Batman game. And I remember because on Twitter, you were very visual with how you described it. But thank you so much, Spartan, for the gifted memberships. And thank you, Ambi. Thank you, Cowboy, for the super chat. All really, really supportive. Thank you. Someone I know who is gender fluid says they feel feminine some days and masculine on other days. I understand that. I understand, like, yeah, like the fluidity makes sense to me, and then gender non-binary it makes sense as I broke it down. Diplo Batman would be cool. Diplo Batman? Is Diplo like a techno artist? I feel like y'all are really stretching my musical trivia abilities today with Ruby Rose. Duplo Batman. I still don't know who that is. I still don't know who Duplo is. All right, so we're gonna do two more, and then I'm gonna open up the chat. Thank you again, Spartan. You got us off to amazing. Thank you. I can't say that enough. So thank you. All right, we got a couple of movies, a couple more trailers, and then yeah, we'll open up the lines. And if not, we'll go to sleep earlier. So yeah. So, if you were confused about that game, so was I. No, it seems like they're taking some pretty interesting works of art and they made it into like a puzzle game and you have to like solve the puzzle because it goes with history. I don't know. It's different, so I give them credit on that. I also think we've talked about this before with using like IP and works of art that are in the public domain. So they obviously took that to heart and they made an entire game off of it. And so I'm pretty sure I'm also going to probably get a copyright strike from that rendition of that song. Something like the Philly Philharmonic or something's gonna like copyright strike me. But it's different. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I gotta see more about it. But it looks like it could be something I get into. It also looks like something I couldn't get into. It's either gonna be a hit or a miss on my book. Um Girl, what was that? I have no idea. Diplo? Oh, y'all keep saying Diplo. I swear Diplo's like a techno artist. I'm almost positive Diplo's a techno artist. Girl, I'm pretty sure. And then this is the last one. That is No More Room in Hell. So if you want to get your zombie fix, you have another first person zombie mode survival game out there. All right. Also, I don't understand how some of these non-graphically intense games are not coming out for last gen consoles. Like, what about Xbox One and PS4, but somehow the game is coming to Switch One? What? I think it has to do with player base. That's it. I think Switch One still has a massive player base, like 50 to 60 to 70 million people. Xbox One, probably not that big. PS4, also probably not that big. Um, because they've all upgraded and went to either the newer gen console or the PC version. As where Switch people are generally different. But Lego Batman, buy Lego Batman. Jack, why should we buy Lego Batman? Why should we buy Lego Batman? What's so special about Lego Batman? Curious. Curious. If you want to come on, are you at work, Jack? Because I know you work right now. I think that was all the games I had. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. I just want to make sure. But let me know. And I'm going to open this up. But if y'all don't want to come, that's totally fine. It's totally fine. And then thank you again, Spartan. Spartan. Nah, bruh. Next Gen Xbox and PS have been out for a very long time. Switch 2 isn't even a year. It's not, but it is coming up on a year. It's coming up on a year in 45 days. Lego anything is cool. Is it? I don't know. I've never gotten into the Lego games. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I experienced Batman through the movies and the cartoon. There was a cartoon like a long time ago. Therefore, that's how I experience it. And so I'm like, what would the Lego game? Obviously, it's more comical from what I've seen about the Lego games, right? But I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm too sick today. I sound like Batman. Like Bruce Wayne? That's Batman, right? Bruce Wayne? Did I make that Clark Kent, Superman, Bruce Wayne's Batman? I always get these people mixed up. Play Lego Stunt Rally. What? What is Lego Stunt Rally? What is Lego Stunt? What are these games? What are these games? Oh wow. I just looked up. I saw that it says Ruby Rose wrote about vomiting on Katy Perry. Wow. That these people are weird. These people are weird. Lego Stunt Rally. What is this game? Oh, it's a racing game. Of course Daytona would like it. Of course they would like it. I love the Wii Lego games. What's the Wii Lego games? Bat Rab, you are an awesome guest. Daytona, why don't you come on? Why don't you come? Daytona, you have a channel. Why don't you come on? Watch their latest dev video about the Bat Cave. Insane content. Arkham version, but with Legos. Open world, twice the size of Arkham Knight. Content, content, content. You gonna play it, Jack? Game of the Year nomination for sure. Maybe. Definitely for Family Game of the Year. I could see that. When does it come out? Because surprised I have not seen it on the Nintendo online store, which doesn't mean it's not on the PlayStation one or the Steam one. But I'm curious, when does it come out? We'll see. We were talking earlier, Jack, that it's taking a lot to get up into game. For me at least. Like I'll be good if I get 2 to 4. If I get 2 to 3 hours a week. Right now, I'm doing well. It's not in my mind, but also I'll say this. Usually my gaming doesn't pick up until June or July. For some reason, April and May are always slow. But somehow June and July it picks up. And it like peaks in like August before quietly settling down into like September, October. And then it'll peak again briefly in like November, December. And then it has to be something really good in January, February. But like I can honestly say April, May usually is like slow gaming for me. Listening with the audience. You sure, Daytona? Lego Harry Potter, Lego Star Wars, they use the motion. Speaking of all these Legos, right? It's speaking about Lego Star Wars. And this has nothing to do with Lego. But it has everything to do with Fortnite. There you go. So Star Wars Lucasfilm exec says Fortnite is the future of Star Wars storytelling. Which I guess is a thing if you're into Star Wars. Guess it's a thing. Or if you see it my way, Disney's running out of things. Like that's what I saw in that. And I think it's a win-win, right? We just saw Epic was laying off a lot of people from Fortnite, and we see Disney needs to raise capital. So it's like a happy marriage between two media behemoths. But again, this entire move screams to me of desperation. Like I don't want to see a desperate move. I want to see a move by someone who is in their prime. Someone who's like turning a new leaf. I don't like to tell you the truth, I feel like why half of the reason gaming is in this position it's in is because you have these legacy content holders who are trying to like run back the clock on something that frankly may not have how do they say it? Doesn't hit differently. Let me use a play on that saying. It doesn't hit differently. 0 microtransactions. Ooh. Hey, Rouster, no worries. Rouster, you're probably going to sleep. You're usually go to sleep around this. Did I miss bad takes on what Crafton is doing? I didn't talk about Crafton. Which one? Subnautica craft? Like which one on what thing about Crafton? I didn't talk about Crafton. You may have eaten too much. Where did y'all go on a Thursday? Where did y'all go on a Thursday? And Jeff, if you want to get on to talk about crafting, we can do that. Uh, I didn't really eat anything tonight, so I did. I had a protein shake. That's what I had. I know it is the best about your bedtime. That's why I was like, oh, you're about to go to sleep. But we're about to go down too. Like we started kind of late, but it's just not a lot of stuff today. There's a lot of stuff in other areas of the news. There's just not a lot of gaming news. Like it's like really quiet. Like Xbox. I think it's just because everything's like on hold. Like Summer Game Fest is coming around. Nintendo's launched their new system. Like that was the big thing last year around this time. Like Nintendo's going to launch, right? Seems like Sony's delaying anything. Um Xbox is like, well, they already came up with their big news, and anytime I talk about them, it's like doom or gloom. EA, unfortunately, they're getting bought out. Like all the big companies are it's like consolidation. This is why consolidation's bad. Because you don't have anything. Lego Batman drops May 22nd, Year of the Lord 2026. Ooh. It was a fundraiser. Oh, but what was the food? What was the food? I want to get hungry. Fortnite is in hot water right now for making emotes by artists. Ooh. I did read about this one, Daytona. I did. I've never heard of this person, and I could not pick out David or Devorfid. I could not pick out this person in a lineup to save my life. But I did read about this artist who is in trouble for murdering like a 14-year-old girl. Like it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Fortnite is offering free funds for the emotes. They should. They had it at the Westmount Country Club. It's a really nice, and the cocktail hour food was amazing. Cocktail hour food is always great. I'm glad you had a good time, Roster. I am glad you had a great time. But yeah, so I did hear about the date. Man, we've had a lot of music artists who are in like really weird situations, right? We talked about the Katy Perry / Ruby Rose situation. We're now talking about the David situation. I think we also had some other movie. We were talking about Diplo for some reason. I'm pretty sure that's a dance. Yeah, Diplo is an American DJ and music producer. I knew I was right. I knew I was right about that. So I guess Diplo's going to be in a Lego Batman thing. Like they're going to have like a Diplo soundtrack. Like, didn't Testo do that? Tiesto? I remember it was a game on Stadia. Always ends with Stadia. He kidnapped and killed a girl in the middle school. In like middle school. Oh my goodness. He was a streamer. Yeah, he's in trouble. You forgot what else you had? Shrimp, mac and cheese, General Tso chicken, France chicken francois, and some beef stew. Oh, that does sound like a lot of great stuff. Glad you had a good little. I'm glad it tastes great for you. Diplo is also a creep, but what's wrong with Diplo? I have no idea. Daytona's giving us all the tea. This is how I felt like Daytona's Katy Perry, who came into chat. Because I feel like Daytona is the person who would use that name. What is it? Katy Perry NASA? I'm off. All right. Take care, Ravalica. We're going to be ending pretty soon anyway. I'll probably be ending at least want to go 2 hours. At least go 2 hours. But take care. And, oh, by the way, I got my carpet is in the basement now. So theoretically, the basement, at least the where the studio is done, but it's gonna take me like probably a week to test things out. Because again, I've not turned on the PC for a while. And there was a ton of dust down there, like from when they were sanding the walls. So I don't even know if it works anymore. I don't even know if it works. So, but I am tracking that we're going to be playing Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters, I don't know about the Sunday stream. That one is still kind of maybe like a little ways off, but the Saturday stream might be coming back. It'll be some roguelite of some sort. I really like 33 Immortals as well, but it's only on Xbox, and I don't know where maybe the Xbox is in the closet I was talking about earlier. Did you put the PC in a bag at least? I didn't. I didn't. Because when the flood happened, it was like it's off the ground. Like it has like a little desk hook where it hooks up to. And they did put like a trash bag around that area, but I didn't want to touch anything because when the claims people came, they could see like, oh, there goes our PC, you know what I mean? But that probably would have been smart. Probably would have been smart. Is it a Porsche? What, the PC? The PC is not a Porsche. I don't even think Porsche makes PCs. I was thinking about getting a Porsche gaming chair if they had one, because Toyota supposedly made a new gaming chair. And I was talking to someone and I was like, oh, if Porsche made a gaming chair, would I get it? And then I couldn't, and then I couldn't decide. So I don't know if there's a Porsche gaming chair, but there's a Toyota gaming chair or a Toyota desk chair. And you can go like look this up. It's like Toyota computer chair. And it looks like super comfortable. Bruh, what data? What? I'm dead serious. There's like a Toyota computer chair. It's like a Toyota office chair. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's like $3,100. I'm not gonna lie, it does look kind of like a lot of padding. Looks like it could be comfortable. It is $3,100. So you can either get a Toyota office chair or a 5090. Those are your options. Any kind of cart branding gaming chair would be pretty baller, not gonna lie. I would, but I don't. It's Toyota. Go look it up. This is, you know what? I'll show it to y'all. I'll show it to y'all. I'll share my screen. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like, y'all. If you're interested in the Toyota, this is what it looks like. That is the Toyota PC chair. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's gaming. Oh, you thought I said car? No, I'm not getting a Porsche right now. I'm not getting a Porsche right now. I need to test drive it though. I keep saying that. But I do think I'll get the Lucid. I think I'll get a Lucid, just not a Porsche. So yeah, that's the chair if you wanted it. I don't know. That's the chair. All right. Daytona loves his cars. Daytona really does love his cars. How do I get this off? I don't know. All right, stop. There we go. I don't know how to get that off. Daytona knows a ton about cars. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hang it up today. Again, streaming on weekends will be maybe coming back. No one's ever put any of the political discussions, because we did talk about this like 2 weeks ago. if there was a topic you wanted to discuss, and we still haven't decided if it's like Discord or not Discord, but if there is a topic you want to discuss, I will talk about it, right? And give you my opinion on it. But y'all gotta let me know. Cause I don't want to just like come up with a topic about like, I don't know, what's like going on in like White House ballroom. If no one's talking about a White House ballroom, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Does it come with a happy ending or something? It every gaming chair for 3100 comes with a happy ending. So that and Jack of all trades is doing news as well. Jack, what was I just watching? I just saw your thing I think on Monday. Your topic that you had. I'm drawing a blank right now, but I did watch it. Um you love the weekend gaming streams? I'll try. I'll try. You know what I mean? I'll try to get it back, but like again, I don't even know if the PC works anymore. So what happens, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. With that said, let me try to get my glasses on so I can say this one last time. Or one last time today. That sounded ominous. Um, I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, what you game on, how long you've been gaming. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, this is Purple Haze, and the proof is in the playing. All right. Take care, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.